Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm James and I'd like to welcome you back to Mississippi Coroners, Facts and Fiction. Now, I hope some of you saw my introductory video and we'd like to welcome you to the channel. All right, I want you to remember that the contents on this channel is meant to educate the general public and death investigation in the state of Mississippi. Now, we talk about the facts, the qualification, training, and other duties of a coroner in the state of Mississippi and other states as well. But in our introductory video, we talked about the qualification and training, which means you should know all about me and what I do. But today we want to begin talking about what is a coroner's case. What reason would you have to call the coroner? There's about 10 reasons that I like to share with you. However, I can only share 2 of those with you today, but we're going to get down to the real nitty-gritty. Now, remember that when you begin or start out on YouTube, you have time constraints. But if you get me to 1,000 likes, we'll have all the time that we need to discuss all issues. Remember to like, subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything to subscribe. And turn on your post notification bell, and you'll have a video concerning this subject every week. All right. So today we'd like to go and talk about what is a coroner's case and explain those cases to you. We'll do 2 of them in this video, and we'll do as many as we can in the next video. Are you ready to go? All right, let's do this. Focusing your attention now on the board in front of me, from left to right, I want to share this information with you. What is a coroner's case? A coroner case is actually or defined as death affecting the public interest, such as A, non-natural deaths. What is a non-natural death? Well, it is defined by the state as death other than natural causes, which would be suicide, homicide, or accidents. Now, regardless of the survival interval between the death and the incident which ultimately resulted in death must be reported to the coroner. Okay, we're talking about non-natural deaths, homicide, suicide, or accidental death. Regardless of the time period, okay, that ultimately resulted in the death must be reported to the coroner. And I'll give you an example. Let's say someone dies from pneumonia as a result of a gunshot wound 6 months or even 6 years after the wound was inflicted. This is not a natural death. A lot of people think because that person died of pneumonia that this may be called a natural death. Not so. And the reason is because if they never had that gunshot wound, they probably would never have gotten the pneumonia. These cases usually leads people into nursing home where they are debilitated and can no longer function for themselves. And it doesn't matter if it's 6 months or 6 years later. This is not a natural death. This death will be ruled either a homicide, suicide, or accident, depending on the circumstances surrounding that incident. On letter B, we're asking now, what a violent death? What does the state say a violent death is? Well, a violent death from a wound or trauma or injury caused by any source of extrinsic or external agent This is what a violent death is, which is actually from heat or cold or chemicals, electrical, radiation, drowning, suffocation, choking, death caused by animals, or any poisonous substance, to include plant. Regardless of injury interval, these cases must be reported to the coroner. Violent deaths are not natural deaths. Okay? I like to give you the example for this cause of death as well. Now, if a person dies of a pulmonary embolism, and let's say they've been in the hospital a week or more due to that injury from a motor vehicle accident, these cases must be reported to the coroner. And a pulmonary embolism is known as a blood clot. Now, if a person dies of a blood clot after being in the hospital for a week due to a motor vehicle crash or motor vehicle incident, they must be reported. Why? Because these are violent deaths, and violent deaths are not natural deaths. Okay. What we are faced with is the possibility that the person died from an accidental death. Okay, and not a natural death. A lot of these cases get lost in the sense that the wrong determination is made sometime. Now, but I must say, in the state of Mississippi, the coroners do a very good job on catching these types of deaths because we have a form or protocol to follow. And if we follow those protocols, we won't miss any kind of death related to non-natural death or violent death. But I want you to look at the information on this board for your information, okay? I tip my hat to the coroners in Mississippi for getting this one right. Well, guys, you know a lot more than you used to know. We're talking about non-natural deaths and violent deaths in the state of Mississippi. Those are two reasons why you will call the county coroner. Hey, if you like this video, please comment down below, hit that like button, turn on your post notification bell because I'm giving you videos concerning Mississippi coroners facts and fiction every single week. And until next time, we out.